We are live with some huge news for HBAR and XRP. And honestly, I told you guys, be patient. Be patient because we're in the process of building a solid foundation for the rest of the run. All right, we have to give a shout out to our channel members first. Good morning to Mr. R. Good morning to Mr. D. Good morning to Mr. Stephen Young. And good morning to everybody else watching me on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitch, on Rumble. I greatly appreciate you guys. So first and foremost, I have a sad story I have to tell you. Got a sad story I got to tell you, but it's going to be later in the show. Because it's just a bit sad. But let's go ahead, let's get into the news and let's chat. I hope you guys are having a good week. It's been crazy since Bitcoin 2025 ended. My voice is still like a little shot, but I'm here, I'm excited. Plus the XRP summit. I don't think there was anything that was like, so what happened was they had Bitcoin 2025, then Litecoin 2025, and then the XRP summit kind of all together. But let's go ahead and talk about what's going on with XRP, with Ripple, and of course HBAR, because it's pretty big news, pretty exciting stuff. All right, this is what the market looks like right now, and honestly the market looks pretty good considering on the daily. Pretty good. So first and foremost, drum roll please. BitGo enters strategic partnership with Vivo Power to facilitate its initial US $100 million XRP acquisition for treasury strategy. So BitGo is they're like the middleman. That's what they do. And wonderful team, wonderful people. I had the honor of meeting most of their team this weekend at Bitcoin 2025. Absolutely wonderful. They do some good work, but basically they're going to be like the middleman for this. But the fact of the matter is Vivo Power is going to be acquiring $100 million in XRP for their treasury strategy. Let's go ahead and discuss this a little bit more. So I guess we're referring to this as another Michael Saylor strategy. In addition to that, instead of I guess it's a little bit different than adding on the balance sheet to an extent. But this is exciting stuff, you guys. And again, they decided we have one with Ethereum. I believe there's another company that did one with Solana, and then of course Bitcoin. So those are the three big ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. So Vivo Power is building an XRP focused treasury, and they are an international battery technology electric vehicle services company. Remember yesterday we had talked about, I forget who had posted it. It was in regards to investors actually buying tech stocks. And to me, this would classify as a tech stock, anything that's in technology, or not a tech stock, but a tech company, because they're international battery technology, electric vehicle services, etc., because that's where we're moving into the future. There's this big kind of battle between gas-powered cars, electric-powered cars. They all do the same but different damage to the environment, in my personal opinion. But at the same time, we're going to see more and more battery-powered things in general. So this is absolutely amazing that they're building an XRP focused treasury. This is big for Ripple as a whole. So basically they're going to be using $100 million we'll purchase $100 million in XRP, and they're going to be using BitGo. The deal uses BitGo's OTC desk and custody. What does this mean? So basically, instead of them buying on the open market, so there's not a lot of market volatility, BitGo will be facilitating that over the counter, kind of behind the scenes. Obviously, they could also be on chain and whatnot, but at the same time, it's not going to necessarily impact the market because it's not going to be on a centralized exchange. Anytime there's big buys or sells on a centralized exchange, you get a lot of volatility. And they're also going to be custodying it. So what that basically means is BitGo is going to be the one that custodies the XRP for Vivo Power, and they're the ones that's going to make it safe. They're going to be the ones that's going to make sure that nothing happens with it, or any movement happens. They're going to be custodying it for them. Vivo Power also raised $121 million in total to fund its XRP acquisition. Now, I know a lot of you are, like, what's going on with price? Well, there's another story. Let's talk about that, and then we'll cover XRP price. Also, HBAR price, because it looks like there's some exciting news from hedera. Well, not necessarily hedera, but 21 shares, HBAR in Europe. Now, the next story with Ripple over here. Ripple's stablecoin RLUSD gets stamp of approval in Dubai. Remember, Ripple has an ecosystem. In their ecosystem, they have XRPL, which is the chain. They have XRP. They have RULSD, which is their stablecoin that runs on XRPL and Ethereum. So the move opens doors to the usage of RLUSD in the Dubai's digital age, or Dubai's, sorry, you guys, in the Dubai agency's payment platform, said Ripple. So it was approved by Dubai Financial Services Authority, which is a big deal because in Dubai, even though Dubai is very, very crypto friendly, you can't just do things. You literally have to ask. You got to get approval. Also, you guys, please make sure to smash a like and share this. Make sure to subscribe because that helps support me and the channel so I can continue to make awesome content for you. And the approval allows RLUSD within the Dubai International Finance Center can now be integrated into Ripple licensed payment platforms, and Ripple reports 55% year-over-year increase in institutional stablecoin transactions in the UAE. Remember, in America, we're still waiting on the approval for the Genius Act, which I'm not a big stablecoin person, but at the end of the day, if it's going to make price go up, and shout out to Mr. R and shout out to John Legend, if it's going to make price go up for you guys, fine, happy, fantastic, fine. But again, that's a whole nother story. But let's go ahead and take a look at, do a quick market update for all of you. And let's talk about what's going on in the market. So everything looks pretty good. Even Gala is up 5%. Nice. So we're seeing nice gains anywhere between about 2 to 10%. White, it was what was up quite a bit over the weekend, I believe. They're down 18.5%. WIF up 18%. FET AI coin 12%. SPX meme coin 11.2%. ICP, I think ICP's got a little bit of an event going on. IMX, hype, etc. Now, when we do take a look at the markets, what's going on? We'll take a look at XRP first because I know that's why all of you guys are here. So XRP is at $2.25. That's what we're currently trading at. And a lot of people were upset because why isn't price pumping? Well, price did pump today. We popped back up. We were able to continue our upward trajectory from 218 to approximately $2.27. And hopefully we're able to sustain support over here at about $2.23. We dropped below the trend line on the 30th, which is over this weekend, I believe. We got a swing wick low to $2.08, and now we're back up. Wonderful, great, fantastic, fine. We love it. We absolutely love it. So that's good news. And again, you guys, in this type of market, we're seeing market price action happen from the tariffs, from the trade announcements, from all those types of things, not necessarily from bullish crypto or the crypto news that's happening. And that's just how the market is reacting right now. So that's important to pay attention to. This is still a win. If you were long here from about $2.12 and you longed up here to $2.26, you did okay. And again, I'm not encouraging you to long do anything, but at the end of the day, that's people do those types of things, Now, taking a look at Bitcoin, we're just kind of chilling. We haven't really done too much. We're at about 105,000, swing wick high to 106, swing wick low to 105 of the lower areas, and we're holding support on to $102,000. Great, fine, fantastic. Nothing too terribly sexy or fine about it. Now, Ethereum is doing okay too. We've been really going sideways nicely at about $2,500 support. We're currently at about $2,600. Solana is also moving nicely too. We had a couple swing wick lows to about 151. We're able to kind of sustain support at 156. And generally, when you see these swing wick lows, and price gets pushed up like that, you get the close, prices down here. The swing wick lows about like 150. Price gets pushed up to 157. And we're closing up there. That's positive. That means the bulls are stepping in and they are buying that dip. They're buying that dip. Sorry, I got to check the door because I had a thing that happened. Oh, the mail guy came. Okay. So I'll tell you guys the thing that happened towards the end of the show because it's very sad, very, very sad. And I don't want to get sad. So anyways, so bull stepped in and we want Solana to go up. So looking really nicely, testing 163. Taking a look at Sui. Sui's just kind of chilling at 332. Nothing too notable. Taking a look at Chainlink. Chainlink is going up. Where we started at like $14. Now we're at 14.40, up 40 cents. And taking a look at Cardano over here. Cardano's just holding the line in 67 cents. And HBAR did fall below support here at 17 cents. We even got a swing wick low to about 16. And it's looking like we want to retest 17 cents and hopefully get back into this range. We also printed a green dot. And on a lot of these charts, we're seeing green dots being placed utilizing market cipher. That generally indicates we found a local bottom. So hopefully we'll be able to hold on to support with all this stuff over here. Okay. Good, fine, love, fantastic. Give me 14, give me 16. Shout out to Lauren. Smash the like, smash the like, smash the like. Okay. I'm getting hot. No, I have a sweater shirt on, and I got these pants from Old Navy. I know Old Navy is like a old people store, but I found really cute tank tops there. And what I liked about the tank tops, because I have some tank tops that I like that fit really well, but it shows a little bit of my midriff, and my daughter doesn't like when we go out and you can see a little bit of my belly button. So I wanted to make sure that I was like looking for tops that would fit properly, that would cover up here, just regular tank tops. So I found these perfect tank tops. They're like $6 at Old Navy. And again, the thrift store is expensive now, super expensive now. But I went and I spent like $60 yesterday. I got a great haul, like a lot of really nice designer stuff. I got a Liz Claiborne vintage bag, leather, brand new. If I spent like $6. But anyways, I wanted to make sure that I had nice form-fitting tank tops so I feel confident, but also so my daughter feels comfortable. I don't ever want to dress and make her feel uncomfortable. Like I'm still her mom. So anyways, these pants, so this is a sweater top because I thought it was cute. I got this from the thrift store. But I got these pants from Old Navy. I don't know if they're linen. They feel kind of warm. I don't know if air's going through them. Anyways, let's get into the next story over here. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for the big story? You ready? You ready? Ready? Our partners over at HBAR Foundation. So we are partnered with HBAR Foundation, but this has to do with Hedera. From 21 shares, the enterprise grade DLT just entered the ETP market. We're proud to launch the 21 shares HBAR ETP, HDRA, giving investors exposure to Hedera's energy efficient, high-speed network and backed by global clients like Google and IBM. So this ETP is now available on Euronext, Amsterdam, and Paris. So this is a product is not available in the United States of America. It is available in Europe. And 21 shares, they deal with a lot of crypto investments, and they are the world's largest ETP provider. They file for ETFs in the US, all kinds of stuff. But this is absolutely amazing. Amazing. So again, it offers 100% direct exposure to HBAR, usable via traditional brokerage account. So it is a traditional financial instrument. And actually, Valor launched the first HBAR ETP in Europe in 2024. So 21 shares wasn't first, but they followed closely behind. Canary Capital and Grayscale have filed for spot HBAR ETFs with the US SEC, and the decision on those is expected in June 11th, on around June 11th. This is amazing. Like, this is super, super cool. Like, I know it's taking the U.S. a while to get these approved, and once things once these things get approved in the U.S., we're going to see, I think, a lot of upward price action. We'll see like an altcoin season, things like that. But this is just awesome. It's really, really nice to see forward moving progress, especially with quality projects, projects that offer valid utility. And again, I don't care what you guys decide to do with your money. I just want you to pay attention to projects that are made in the USA, projects that encompass AI, DeFi, and RWAs. I think those are good starting points. If you're watching this and you're brand new to crypto and you've got your Bitcoin, but you want to segue into some solid alts, you can stay away from the meme. Well, you could do meme coins if you want. I want you guys to do whatever it is you want to do. But at the end of the day, I would start doing your due diligence on solid projects that have those three factors. And you can find all of those on CoinMarketCap at under Made in the US. So do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Now, we got to give a little chat about BlackRock. So apparently, Look on Chain said BlackRock deposited 4,113 Bitcoin, worth approximately $430 million, to Coinbase Prime 2 hours ago. Its first move to sell after more than a month of consistent buying. And again, this isn't BlackRock. This is their customers. So maybe some of their customers wanted to cash out because they're not doing in-kind redemptions yet. So apparently yesterday, across all ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs saw 267 million in net outflows, while Ethereum ETFs saw 78.2 in net outflows, or net inflows. So Bitcoin saw 270 in outflows, Ethereum saw 78 in inflows. So if we're seeing outflows with the ETFs, that means they're probably selling. And it's not them necessarily selling, they're selling on behalf of their clients. Is that bullish or bearish? To me, it doesn't really mean anything. It means that people are more interested in Ethereum right now than they are in Bitcoin, and they're just taking profit on Bitcoin. Not too big, not too big, not too big. All right. Now, this story over here, these are more ETF flow. So around 2,530 Bitcoin were sold and 30,810 Ethereum were bought on June 2nd. This is just more of the same, more stuff. Now let's go ahead and talk about BlackRock. Talk about BlackRock over here. So BlackRock's IBIT is the youngest top 25 biggest ETFs at 1.4 years old. So basically what this means is that out of all these ETFs, all of them, BlackRock's IBIT Bitcoin Spot ETF is in the top 25, and it is also the fastest growing ETF, which is absolutely amazing. This is, to me, is just telling me the demand and the focus on Bitcoin moving forward. I think with altcoins, we will start to, once we get a lot of these ETFs approved, we'll see TradFi kind of jump in, be spending a little bit of money on them. When they're approved in America, the ETFs. But at the end of the day, right now, everybody's focus is on Bitcoin. Again, I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. I support everyone's right to invest in whatever they want to, whatever they want to. But at the end of the day, right now, that's where the focus is going to be on Bitcoin. So do what you want to do with that information. Now, ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF to split stock for retail investors. Again, this is good. One of the things I do want to say, and you guys know that I say this all the time, make sure you guys drop me comments. One of the things I want to say is retail is really getting left out of this whole entire equation, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think that and again, well, I got a story about the SEC. I'll rant about this in a little bit. So ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF split stock to retail investors. What does this mean? You guys know that you can hold your Bitcoin yourself. You don't got to do this. Anyways, it's going to undergo a 3-for-1 stock split June 16th. Each existing share becomes 3. Total value remains unchanged. Goal is to attract more retail investors buying by lowering the share price. Bitcoin holdings and investment strategy remain the same. Current share price is $104. Post-split price would be about $35. ARK B year-to-date return is about 7.35%. So basically what they want to do is they're changing the product that they're offering to retails to make it's a marketing strategy. They're making it more affordable, but all they're doing is splitting the stock. But it's like they're making people think that it's a better deal when it doesn't really matter because it's Bitcoin and you can just hold your all Bitcoin. I don't know, whatever. Lots of people are saying stuff. Next, SEC seeks feedback on in-kind creations and redemptions for Wisdom Tree Bitcoin Fund. They want feedback on whether to change the rules or to allow the Wisdom Tree Bitcoin Fund to allow in-kind creations and redemptions. Agency has previously delayed making a decision on in-kind creations and redemptions for cryptocurrency ETFs. Before we get into this, with this current administration, with the SEC, you have control. You can write to them. They will read your comment and they're pro-crypto. So you know what? You want justice for retail? You want to do X, Y, and Z? You need to write to them and you need to tell them. You're going to need to tell them. It's very important that you tell them because if you don't tell them, I don't know what to tell you. So we have this pro-crypto administration. Write to them. Write to them, please. Anyways, next. Well, I got to get into this and explain to you what's going on over here. So basically what they want to do, an in-kind redemption is, you know how BlackRock was selling, BlackRock sent X amount of Bitcoin to Coinbase Prime to sell it. Well, it wasn't them selling it, or them selling it themselves, they're selling it on behalf of their customers. So if they do in-kind creations, essentially to me, it would be less volatile because people would get Bitcoin back and they might just want to hold on to it themselves or they could sell it on their own, whatever it is they want to do. Or what I would do if I was investing in the Bitcoin spot ETFs and I was in profit, I would sell my profit and hold on to those sats myself. But again, not financial advice. So basically that's exactly what it is, what they want to know. The public has 21 days to submit opinions, data, or arguments. So y'all better say something. All right, now let's talk about Solana and CoinDesk. So from CoinDesk, class overtaps 500 million convertible note deal to boost Solana treasury strategy. Again, Solana treasury strategy, XRP treasury strategy, Ethereum treasury strategy. These are going to be the Michael Saylor companies, the mini Michael Saylors of these altcoins. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And I hold all of them. We need HBAR's treasury strategy. So let's go ahead and read some little details here over here. So online education firm, again, a technology company, firm Class Over Holdings plans to build a Solana treasury. Their stock is listed on NASDAQ, and they secured $500 million funding deal with Solana Growth Ventures. Initial 11 funding round is complete. Up to 80% of the proceeds will be used to buy Solana, and they've already purchased 6,472 Solana worth around $100.05 million. Again, this is another sector you want to pay attention to. Who's creating treasury strategies? What coins are they using? Put those on your watch list, and then you can decide what you want to do with that information later. Now, we got to give a shout out to Binance over here, okay? We got to give a shout out to Binance. This happened over the weekend. I kind of reported on it a little bit, but I want to talk to you guys about it again because this just goes to show what type of an environment we are in with the SEC. And this is a good environment. And I really think that Binance was treated unjustly compared to SBF, FTX, and they didn't steal any customer funds. Like the stuff that they were getting, the stuff that the SEC was mad at them about was for operating in the US before there was any type of regulations. This is the thing. If there was regulations in the US and Binance refused to operate with them, fine, go after them. But they didn't do that. So the SEC dismissed off its lawsuit against Binance, signals a transformative shift towards clear, more balanced crypto regulations that will fuel innovation, enhance investor confidence, and solidify United States leadership in the digital global financial ecosystem. Yay! All right, so the case is dismissed without prejudice, okay? The XRP, the Ripple case is still kind of going on. They're waiting for Judge Torres, but this case cannot be refiled, which is important. And it follows a motion filed jointly by the SEC, Binance, and CZ May 29th. The reason why this is so important is because the SEC is actively working, coordinating with the company they went after to say, we're done. We're done. We don't want any more. We're done. The SEC cited policy discretion input from the crypto task force, which is led by Hester Pierce. In a little bit of a backstory, SEC sued Binance in June 2023 for securities violations and misleading practices. Again, I don't think they did. Binance settled a separate DOJ case in November 2023 with a $4.3 billion fine, which is the largest fine ever in the United States history. And they're not going to get that back, but whatever. DOJ accuses Binance of facilitating money laundering and violating U.S. sanctions, which, is some of that true? It could be true, but at the same time, people are doing it with cash. Allegations included inadequate AML controls, enabling illicit transactions, and CZ stepped down and served 4 months. 4 months. He did his time, baby. He's out. So congratulations to Binance. And I hope to see a revival of Binance US in the USA. And I hope to see one day that retail could trade perps. But we'll see about that. On another note over here, CZ, former CEO of Binance, but he was talking about, basically he's talking here about a DEX, about a privacy DEX. And the reason why he says right now might be a good time for someone to launch a dark pool perp DEX. So basically more than just a DEX, more than just swapping a pool perp. And there's really kind of talking about the stuff that's happening on Hyperliquid with that account that's like leveraging like $100 million or whatever that got liquidated. It's like a hot mess. But basically saying on-chain DEX orders are visible, leading to front running and MEV attacks, like from bots and stuff like that. And that's another thing with meme coins is so many people are using bots and there's all this inside information, so it's hard to do anything. So perp DEXs are riskier due to exposed liquidation points when you're using a centralized exchange. You can see the order book, but it's a little bit different. But a lot of people moved over to centralized exchanges or DEXs because of the contagion. So TradFi uses dark pools to hide large trades and avoid market impact. So basically, he's just saying, hey, if TradFi can do it, we should be able to do it too. Public orders can lead to slippage, worse prices, manipulation, and CZ's idea is to build a dark pool style perp DEX using ZK tech or encryption, hide orders, deposits, liquidations until later, which, and that can be argued that it's not okay to do that because we're crypto and everything should be transparent. I got a story about Michael Saylor video I'll drop for you later this week. But basically, the reason why they want to do it could appeal to larger traders seeking privacy and protection. He says now is a good time to build this. Blah, 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 blah. So, is this a good or bad thing? Well, it kind of depends the way you look at it. It does. So, I don't know. I mean, because this is the thing. Crypto is supposed to be transparent. That's why we like it. That's why we use a public ledger. But at the same time, privacy tools are important. And people have built privacy tools. The reason why they've built privacy tools is to protect themselves. So I don't know. Privacy does matter. So to me, I don't like if they want to do it. I don't mind it at all. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because it's just people trading. There's regular people trading. Anyone's trading. So it doesn't matter. But I think the institutions should be more transparent. Next. What's next on the docket today, babies? Oh, crypto lobbyists urge U.S. senators to Doge distraction and stablecoin debate. Oh, more of this stuff. So the Genius Act is close to a Senate debate and vote because remember the first part, it got approved. Crypto lobbying groups urge lawmakers to keep debate focused on stablecoins, and they're trying to attach unrelated measures like credit card completion act. If passed the Senate, the bill must go through the House, which may modify it. So this is my problem. My problem is in the United States of America, we don't focus on the issue at hand. In all of these bills, we're like, we have to compromise, we have to do this and that. This is stupid. Each bill should be like a max 3 pages long about one issue in plain English. That's what needs to happen. But then these people, okay, I'll vote for it, but I want this, I want that, and that's why America's in the shape it's in. So we need to stop doing that, okay? The issue at hand, and this is probably why we have such short attention span, is because we can't read through all these 90,000 pages of political jargon from blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. I don't like it. Now, this one's a big one. Robinhood completes 200 million acquisition of crypto exchange Bitstamp. Bitstamp is one of the oldest crypto exchanges in the world. And Robinhood is an American company. Pretty interesting stuff. And it's going to offer to Europe, UK, and Asia. We'll see if they bring it to the US. It was $200 million. They also have Bitstamp has over 50 license and registrations established, or Bitstamp adding over 50 licenses and registrations to an established institutional client base to its crypto arm. And we'll be seeing a lot more of these integrations happen, I believe. Also, too, over here, I'm not going to play this for you, but I'm going to talk to you about it. DTJ says his family's all in on Bitcoin and crypto because they were debanked. Really quickly over here. This makes sense. It doesn't matter if you're rich or you're poor. You can be debanked. If you do something that somebody in power doesn't agree with, you can be debanked. And that's exactly why Bitcoin and crypto was created. Bitcoin was created for the people, by the people. And it is important to know whatever your thoughts are on whomever. When we talk about true decentralization, people should be able to do what they want to do with their money 24/7, 365. And no one should be debanked. And anybody that has been debanked will turn to Bitcoin and turn to crypto because that's exactly what it's for. And I think that's an important thing that we forget a lot about. We're so concerned about gains and this and that. But at the end of the day, that's why we're here. So this is just a reminder that anything can happen to anyone regardless of who they are. Now, this is what the market is reacting over, really. Countries given Wednesday deadline for their best offers to avoid tariffs. The reported letter may be a sign of Trump's eagerness or perhaps desperation to secure trade deals before his 90-day tariff pause expires on July 11. So basically just more negotiation happening over here. So initially the tariffs were paused for 90 days to negotiate better deals. The U.S. requests proposals on tariffs, non-tariff barriers, digital trade, and purchase quotas. And basically, we're going to get a lot. We're going to continue to see market volatility until there's trade deals that are situated, and it's going to impact crypto. It's going to impact all the markets. It's a geopolitical thing. Now, with that being said, that's why I made a video telling you this is the easiest market to essentially trade or to accumulate in at a slow pace before things get absolutely crazy because of stuff like this. Anytime there's an announcement, things go hectic. When tariffs is going to go hectic. But anyways, I got to work on a video for you guys that's going to come out 2 p.m. PT. This is going to be about Michael Saylor and about what he's doing and why he could potentially blow up the industry, the crypto industry, and why we could potentially have a black swan event occur with Bitcoin. So stick around for that. I'm going to drop it at 2 p.m. PT. You guys have a great rest of your day. Oh, quick fit check. So we got the sweater shirt over here with a little pocket. And I just got these pants from Old Navy because, like, why not? And this still has a tag on it. Because they're cozy, man. They're cozy. Anyways, congratulations to the XRP community, XRP Army, for the treasury strategy. And congratulations to Hedera for getting an UTP. Send y'all love and light. WendyO is out. Bye-bye.